Okay, rolling. Action. In the previous episode of Dubai Video Guys and Girls podcast, I was so pleased to chat with talented editor Ameya Gupta. Is there anyone from your family member, close family member, into the same things?
I don't know. It's interesting when you come from an Indian background at that time, you kind of have a stereotype where, like, Indian parents would want you to be a doctor or a lawyer, or maybe like, I don't know, finance. My mom likes to paint. My dad likes to play music. So, there's been a lot of influence of art growing up. That we've never been short of that in my household. But, in terms of career options, both me, my sister have both gone into something creative. And I really have to thank my parents for encouraging us to do what we love.
What else in editing perhaps was so attractive to you?
I think it was subconsciously etched in my mind. Editing, just pressing the cut button, pressing the non-cut button, telling that story, maybe enticing your audience, hiding the story from them a little bit, giving them something to look forward to. So I think everybody has that, and I was fortunate enough to recognize it. When I was younger, I always, told myself, why aren't they making films about this? And why aren't they making films about that? And I always felt myself quite up in my imagination. So I would always try to, from what was out there, download different things and this kind of, make my own little story of what I wanted to say. So I guess I've been editing for a while before that, but I just didn't know that I was doing it.
Going back, you're graduated, you're back to Dubai, you got your first job. Is that a
Yes.
commercial job or is it more of again getting hands-on experience sort of job for you?
So that was a post-production company in Dubai. It's called Serena. And I initially started off as an assistant editor to Alvaro. It's funny, when you graduate, you think you know everything, and then you start work, and then you realize you just know nothing. So I kind of, that happened. And essentially, he taught me so much of practical editing, of how to be an editor, of the things that you must do and you could do, and, just all of these tips. So the training that I had under him was just phenomenal.
You studied in the UK.
True.
Also, being Indian, there's a amazing, big Bollywood and even commercial market in India. Now, why Dubai?
That's a great question. So for me, Dubai is home. I have grown up here. I went to school here. I lived in Cyprus for a bit as well. But for the most part, my home is here. Everything, my family's here, my memories are here, my friends from when we were kids are here. So it's just, I'm that generation that grew up with Dubai.
Right.
So there's always an attachment to home, and being attached to a home that changes so quickly over the past few years has also been interesting.
Sure.
But I would have to say, another reason is that the industry here is young compared to the industries abroad. And when you have a young industries, of course you have challenges, but with those challenges comes opportunity.
I guess at some point you decided to be freelance. Can you tell us about that and how this decision came for you? What was the advantage of this decision at the point of the time that you want to take this decision, obviously, and how finally you did this?
I had this burning desire inside of me that I wasn't reaching my full potential. I wanted to go out, and I just wanted to do more. And I felt like I just couldn't do it within the reins of a company. It was something I was thinking about for a couple of months, maybe even a year or so. But I was scared because I knew nothing about
Right.
business. I knew nothing about accounts. I knew nothing about how to run a business. Like, all I knew was editing. I was purely a creative. Like, how am I going to go set up a business, a trade license? What is that? How
Right.
do you make that? Accountant, with what, these numbers? So what I did was I hired a life coach at the time. And with the guidance of my life coach, she helped me strategize a lot of things and put a lot of things into perspective. And it was a scary thought at the time. I was like, should I even do this? Should I not? I remember when I was talking to my previous boss, I said, I could do it and I could completely fail. And, I have no idea, but I have to try it, because if I don't try this right now, I will regret it. Like, I just have to. And I said, I'll give myself I think it was 4 or 5 months, 5 months I saved up for. And I said, if I don't manage to do anything within 5 months, I'll go back to finding work. And since the first day I started freelancing, I haven't looked back.
What sort of projects you are taking as a freelancer editor?
It depends so much on the message and the creativity, the style, it also depends on how much the director kind of trusts you. I've been fortunate enough to have directors say, like, go crazy. Here's the footage, go crazy, do what you want. And let's try and elevate it. Let's try and like bring out what we can. So but when you build that trust and you establish that relationship and they seek you for your advice, and you're literally creating something that is everybody's baby, everybody who's been a part of this. So having that trust with that someone, and that is just probably the best part of it.
My name is Hassan Kiani, and I'm looking forward to bring you more conversation with people working in the media and production industry. Stay tuned. This episode was sponsored by Advanced Media. For more information, visit www.amt.tv.